Welcome to Exam Sale. In this video we break down the VMEDU Scrum Master Certified syllabus so you can study with focus and confidence. This exam covers 12 domains with exact weights. Plan and estimate 15%, implement 15%, principles 10%, organization 10%, initiate 10%, review and retrospect 10%, and 6 supporting domains at 5% each for introduction, business justification, quality, change, risk, and release. Knowing these weights helps you prioritize study time and practice the scenario-based questions. Plan and estimate is 15% of the exam, rated hard, and requires about 4 hours of study with conceptual and scenario-based assessment. You will learn collaborative planning for sprints, how to create and manage user stories, set acceptance criteria, and prioritize the sprint backlog by value. The domain covers task estimation techniques like planning poker, creating sprint backlogs, calculating team velocity, and defining the done criteria. Expect scenarios on user story workshops, mapping techniques, and incorporating non-functional requirements into stories. Implement is also 15%, hard, and estimated at 3 hours with conceptual and scenario tasks. This domain teaches sprint execution, daily coordination, and how to create deliverables while grooming the backlog continuously. You will practice running effective daily stand-ups, maintaining Scrum boards and burn-down charts, and managing technical debt during implementation. The syllabus emphasizes team collaboration, conflict resolution, and facilitating self-organization while handling backlog changes and impact analysis. Principles makes up 10% and is medium difficulty with about 2 hours of study and conceptual plus scenario assessment. Here you master the foundational Scrum philosophy, including empirical process control with transparency, inspection, and adaptation. You will learn how self-organization and collaboration drive productivity and why value-based prioritization and time boxing matter. The domain links iterative development to continuous improvement and practical decision-making. Organization is 10% and medium difficulty with a 2-hour study expectation and conceptual plus scenario questions. This area defines Scrum roles and responsibilities, covering the product owner, Scrum Master, Scrum team, and supporting stakeholders. You will learn the Scrum Master as a servant leader, the product owner as the voice of the customer, and how to map roles to governance and team composition. The syllabus also examines non-core roles like vendors and the Scrum guidance body for effective project governance. Initiate accounts for 10%, is medium difficulty, and takes about 2 hours to learn with conceptual and scenario-based assessment. You will practice setting project vision and creating a project charter, identifying stakeholders, and forming the Scrum team. The domain covers drafting epics and high-level requirements, creating a prioritized product backlog, and conducting release planning. Emphasis is on preparing the backlog and resources for the first sprint and aligning stakeholders early. Review and retrospect is 10% and medium difficulty with around 2 hours of study and conceptual plus scenario assessment. This domain focuses on validating sprint deliverables, demonstrating outcomes, and managing accepted or rejected deliverables. You will run retrospectives to identify process improvements, develop action plans for the next sprint, and evaluate team dynamics and performance metrics. It also addresses coordination techniques like Scrum of Scrums for multi-team projects. Introduction is 5%, easy, and estimated at 1 hour with conceptual and scenario questions. This section covers the evolution of Agile, the Agile manifesto, and a high-level overview of the Scrum framework. You will learn advantages of Scrum versus traditional waterfall approaches and how Scrum applies across industries. The syllabus also explains the structure of the SBOK guide that underpins the exam. Business justification is 5%, easy, and about 1 hour of study with conceptual and scenario assessment. This domain teaches value-driven delivery and why continuous business justification matters throughout a project. You will learn techniques like ROI, NPV, and IR, and how to use earned value concepts in Scrum for value confirmation. The focus is on managing project benefits, realization, and confirmed distribution of value. Quality is 5%, easy, and requires about 1 hour of study with conceptual and scenario questions. You will learn how quality is defined by customer requirements and how to integrate quality planning and control into sprints. The domain covers the definition of done, how it affects deliverable quality, and the difference between quality assurance and quality control. Expect scenarios on embedding quality practices across the Scrum life cycle. Change is 5%, easy, and estimated at 1 hour with conceptual and scenario-based assessment. This area teaches managing approved and unapproved change requests and analyzing their impact on sprints and the product backlog. You will learn to balance flexibility and stability, integrate changes into grooming, and manage stakeholder influence on change. The syllabus emphasizes practical change handling within Scrum ceremonies and artifacts. Risk is 5%, easy, with about 1 hour of study and conceptual plus scenario questions. This domain covers risk identification, assessment, and mitigation strategies tailored to iterative delivery. You will learn risk burndown charts, risk-adjusted backlogs, and when to accept or transfer risk. The focus includes proactive communication of risks to stakeholders and applying mitigation techniques during sprints. Release is 5%, easy, and takes about 1 hour of study with conceptual and scenario assessment. Here you learn how to finalize deliverables, ship releases, and perform project closure activities including release notes and handoff. The domain includes retrospection at release level, documentation closure, and post-release support considerations. You will practice preparing deployment artifacts and administrative closure for a smooth handoff. That wraps up the syllabus walkthrough for VMEDU Scrum Master Certified. Use the domain weights and estimated study times to build a focused plan and practice scenario-based questions for each area.